Welcome everyone. I'm going to cover a few products today. ID Alliance asked me to go through the products that we had here. I added one in just because it's something, we had 3 award winners here actually at Print. So I'm going to go through Lynx briefly, and then I want to touch on Aproove and our newest product, IC3D. So Lynx is a cloud solution, as you can see from the nice graphic. We have some clouds in the sky. What I want to do, as I mentioned, is go through Lynx overview, as well as some Aproove demonstration and IC3D. What is ORIS Lynx? ORIS Lynx is color management in the cloud. It's for people that want to improve their print quality, improve their color accuracy, save some costs, reduce costs, improve operational efficiencies. Of course, everything anybody in this show wants to do. So when we look at the solution, we have a solution today that we call PressMatcher Web. With that PressMatcher Web solution, it was locked to a computer server in a facility. A lot of people are looking for quick, easy color management, things that can be done in an environment where I'm not locked to a computer or a dedicated area. So we put it up into the cloud. And ORIS Lynx is as I mentioned, a cloud-hosted color management solution that will assist to improve your workflow, the accuracy and repeatability via the cloud in quick, easy fashion. So as you can see by the nice graphics, just reducing and increasing the growth in production. The way that Lynx works, I'm going to turn a little bit so hopefully I can still get my voice captured. As far as ease of use, the reason why we try to make it simple and easy to use is some of these locations are looking at small office printers, right? A color office printer that you go into a Timex building or a large publisher office and they have printers across all the floors. If that's the case, how do I manage those easily between those floors? So we built a unique interface where we can kind of come into that cloud, log into a website with a username and password, fill in the information, and then build our color match accordingly. Once that color match is built, we then can export that color match or that device link or ICC and put it into that front-end RIP of any of those digital output devices. That allows us to give them that final outcome and maintain that consistency, and when things go awry, they go back in, they can make a simple new color profile. So I'm really not wasting time in managing that color. As you could see before in some of the screenshots, I have 3 steps. I have name it, configure it, and measure it. There's really no more than those 3 things. As I go through that color management process, that's how I'm building it. So why color management in the cloud? It's a simpler way, right? It's ease of use, improve the color consistency and accuracy. We give it a perfect gray balance through our mathematics in the background. We're really focused on maintaining gray balance, looking at G7 and methodologies of that nature, and maintaining that gray balance that's necessary. You just pay only for the downloaded profile. You're not really paying for a service fee or an access or software. You're paying for that downloaded profile. It's accurate and repeatable, and then no pay or click fee. It's only a few mouse clicks. I like that slide. How about you, Joe? All right. Enough of the death by PowerPoint. I'm a presenter. I'm a demoer. I don't like to do PowerPoints that often if anybody knows me. So what I want to do is get more into the products that I really know are familiar to me. I'm the Director of Technology for CGS here in the USA. My role is also product manager for the bulk of our products in our plethora of products that we have. So a couple of them are Aproove and IC3D. Those are some of our newer tools. One of the tools that I'll touch on first is really Aproove. What Aproove is that everybody's looking for a way to collaborate in an environment. So when I do this, how do I get to my client? How do I get in front of them? I want to be able to be a forward-facing client and get approvals or collaboration from a client. I need quick information. We're all getting on time crunch schedules. We're all moving. We're all traveling. We're going here. We're going there, whatever it may be. So we need to have something that's accessible anywhere. The nice thing with Aproove is that it has the ability to be that web server that anybody can connect to from any device. We can log in quickly here. And Joe didn't provide Wi-Fi, so I have to use my own. That's so slow. McCormick is deaf. Slow. Anyway, so I provided my own. Anyway.
I had to charge you more money.
So, as I log in, as a registered user, I can see all my jobs, right? I know the jobs that I have. If I want to get to my client, I can easily open up a job, come in here, open it up, look at it. Of course, the screen size is lovely. We can zoom in and look at different elements on the screen. We have some nice drawing on there. As we do that, it redraws that element. It allows me to see that work. So if I really need to get my client's viewpoint on this, I can easily go in, send an invitation, to Joe, type him a message, right? And then get a notification when he connects to it, because I want to know when he's in. And the reason why I want to know that is because we have a push technology that allows me to get interactive with them. When he sends puts a comment on it, I'm going to get that comment back. So that speed and efficiency that we mentioned even earlier in color, it's consistent through any process. We're all looking at saving time, saving money, getting that feedback instantaneously. So now I could go in here and set up my view parameters. So this is what he's going to see when he opens. If it's an ad that I'm sending out, I could lock it down to just that. That's all he's going to see. It could be a whole page of different ads on there, but all he's going to see is that. What permissions do I want to give him? I really don't want to give him much, so I'm going to shut it down to just annotation. We give Joe too many things, you know, he runs wild. So we'll go ahead and do this. I'll give him color layer back. Then I can set up an expiration date, because this is a time frame that I'm keeping to. If he goes beyond that time frame, they miss their opportunity. In a real world, sometimes you got to cut that line. So I'm going to give him a little bit of time here. I'll give him till next week, Friday. And I can add a description in here that lets me know what invitation was sent for this. I just put in their demo, and I go ahead and send it across. Everything works in a demonstration, doesn't it?
Perfect.
Once that invitation goes out, you'll get that invitation with a link. He doesn't have to have a username and password. Clicks in, logs in, and when he adds a comment, just like this, it will have his email address associated to it. So I know who's adding all these comments in here, and I can follow that along. Okay? If he asks for revisions and changes, we can easily go in and look at those changes that we had. All right, my Wi-Fi may be slow now too. I think Joe jinxed it.
McCormick router right here.
Is it?
Right in this.
All right, let me get on that because that's getting ridiculous. Oh, I'm on the McCormick.
McCormick 1?
Yes. Well, we'll try it again. Give it a shot. So a revision page. So in this case, I've gone through 4 iterations of this page with my client. So if I want to look at this page, I can go ahead and click on that. It shows a quick flash of that difference that's captured. If I want to show that difference, I can go into a side-by-side view. I'll give myself a little bit more real estate here. And I can still show that difference here that's flashing of a change. Now I could zoom in and look at the detail here to see exactly what is changing. It will update on that screen. And then I'll go ahead and I can use this tool to see, just like we used to do, Joe, you remember doing this, flipping up and down the page.
Yeah.
Right, doing a little page flip. Yep. So that's what we're doing in there. Kind of a little corny tool, but it works. So it allows us to see those changes. The nice thing is that tool can be also used in a catalog scenario where I'm getting into multiple pieces, multiple items. So if I want to check a folio of a page and verify that side by side, I can go into that page and do a side by side. Sorry. If I come in here and do this again, we can pull up a separate page on here and can compare those to each other. So now I can see if there was a folio change, where that folio change is, I should see that just that folio is altered, right? So I can do a comparison on my layout, whatever it may be within that job. The nice thing as well, if I go back to my standard view, is our annotation tool is an intelligent tool. If I'm over image, I have a freehand tool that I can do what I want to, or if I'm over text, I can highlight the text, pull that text out, and make changes to that text. So a lot of enhancement tools that we can work with. So it really gives us the speed of getting to that client, ease of, there's a lot of tools out there in the marketplace that do collaboration. But tools that are doing collaboration within a workflow are built for a workflow. We're outside that workflow, but we connect to any workflow that's out there because we work via a hot folder manager or a hot folder management. So it really allows for that quick, easy collaboration in getting to that client, as well as mobile support. So as Joe gets that invitation, or whomever gets that invitation, they click on the link, it opens up the app on their tool, on their iPhone, iPad, or Android. So that's Aproove. When we look at some of the other pieces in Aproove, it really can, like I mentioned, integrate in. We add automation and things of that nature. But what I wanted to show really now today, since I'm limited on time, I wanted to get into our newest product. It was actually a must-see-em for the show, which was called IC3D. And I got a short video that I want to play, and the sound works, yeah, I tested it. It's a short video clip, it's like 5 minutes, is that okay? Okay. So I'll let this go, and you won't have to hear me anymore. Is that okay? All right. things to mention. A lot of things are going around 3D printing. Right, is everybody familiar with the STL format? No? STL is the format used by a 3D printer. So what we've incorporated is that ability that if I have this model, and I've worked on this model, I want to export that. And then we integrate with our other tools of Color Tuner Web where I can print this label, color accurately, and put it onto the bottle mock-up. So a Diageo or a CPC or somebody who's working on that can actually show and render that product in a display area and give it some type of reality to it.
You said you could drive a 3D printer?
We're not driving, we're exporting the supported file. Yes, thank you. Pretty fun stuff, right? Yeah, it's been fun to work on. As being a product manager and being involved with the product itself, it's been quite interesting to see. The nice thing from, since ID Alliance is also focused on color, a couple questions have come up of what color support are we allowing within there. 3D space is actually more of an RGB space than it is CMYK, but we are taking that information from Illustrator. We're working on some tools for support of CXF file formats and things of that nature as they progress in the standards organizations to get to a final format. As that progresses, we will have tools available to use that CXF data inside of Illustrator. So we're working on that to allow for accurate color going between what we're creating and how we're getting onto that model that we just showed. Just as a last teaser, because there's some cool technology that I'm a tech guy, so I love to show, and Larry, anybody else in the room knows how I like technology. So I just want to show you one thing with IC3D that we have incorporated. So this is a bottle that we actually have on our booth. And I have a little magic act I'd like to do for you. So I can kind of move this around with my hand, spin it, up and down, move it side to side, bring it in close, see different things. So there's some cool tools that are available when you get into this arena. Right? I would need to interact with the product. That's really what it needs to be, right? If I need to interact, what's a better interaction than yourself, right? So that's where we're going. That's a lot of the new stuff that we have. You can stop by the CGS booth at 2644. Again, 2644. We're showing all this stuff as well as our other products, our core products. So if you're looking at this is all of our new extended products, and we have everything else on booth as well as a rolling printer and some other cool things to see. Thank you very much. Any questions in the audience? Anything that you might have?
So do you see yourselves in the future being able to actually output a file to a 3D printer to be actually, produce the item that the label will go on?
Yeah, we're looking at how we can actually do that. With the 3D printers, there's a wide variety, and right now the limitation is solid color. Right? It's not really a true to the real print. I've seen a few that are using paper and some ink technologies in that paper. You're getting into expensive printers, and we're starting to research where we're going to go with that because it's going to happen. We need to be there. So we're going to, of course, see what we can do. Our starting point is just that STL format to at least get it printing. And then from there, I'll look at all other alternatives.